everybody, welcome. I'm going to share this real quick to my group page here once it comes up. How's everybody doing? I feel like I haven't been on here live in a while, so I wanted to just pop in and show you guys some of the new products that Maskcara has released, as well as just show you some new tips and some new things I'm trying with my makeup. All right, bear with me. I'm gonna share to my group. So my group is Lyon Beauty VIPs. If anybody's interested, you can join that as well. It's a little bit of an insider, get kind of more information other than what you get here. A little bit deeper about products and a little bit more information. So feel free to join. Okay, let me share. And then we'll get started. There's a delay here. Okay, so I hope everybody's doing well. Before I get started, I'm gonna throw my hair up here. I always play with it so much while I'm doing my makeup that it gets in my way. Just wrap it up in a quick bun here. Okay. So, as I do my demo, I'm gonna walk through some new products, how I've used them, what I like, and like I said, maybe some new tips on how I'm doing my makeup as of late, especially in the summer when it's humid. I feel like I have to make some adjustments. So, I'm always starting with my Stay Spray. If I've ever talked to you about mascara, I've probably told you that I love Stay Spray. This one has the SPF. I'm just gonna spray it all over my face. If you have lashes and you're worried about adhesive, you can spray it onto your perfector or your beauty blender and just dab it. My kids are out there playing. So I'm just making sure I kind of get it all over. And my perfector is dampened, so I run it underwater and I squeeze it out and squeeze it into a towel. So it's not wet. You shouldn't have like water left behind. It's just damp. So it feels kind of cold. So I just rub that in and I let it dry. Now I'm gonna start with my highlights. So with mascara, you've got highlight, contour, illuminator, and blush. That is what makes up your 3D foundation. So when I say highlight, it's your typical foundation color. So before I go into what I normally use, they just released a new color called Linen. It's not the lightest, it's between the first couple lightest colors. So this is really great for brightening up your under eye, depending on your skin tone. May be useful for you, maybe a little too light, it just depends. I am going to be using Aura. I like to use that under my eyes. Sometimes if I've been out in the sun a lot and I'm real tan, I will go up to Amber. I really haven't been in the sun that much, so I'm just probably gonna stick with Aura, but I'll kind of show you if you're a 2-color person, a lot of times I'll tell you, well, you know, let's brighten up your under eye, but the rest of you is a little bit darker. Maybe we're trying to balance out difference between your face and your neck or your chest, and so sometimes you might have more than one color. And usually we do that in color matching, so if anyone's interested in doing that, you can just send me a message. For my brushes though, these are my 2 favorite, the Detail Hack and the 30-second. I usually recommend the 30-second hack because you can pretty much do everything with it. It's got this tapered end. You can easily go under your eye for your highlight. If you want to switch it around, you can. You can use this side for your highlight and then use your contour with the tapered end. It's kind of whatever works for you. I feel like I just rotate based on how I feel that day. The Detail Hack, this is flat. This is nice for covering a large surface. This end is nice to kind of get in small places, spot coverage, as well as like a really defined contour line. So it's however you want to do it. I'm gonna start with my 30-second hack. And I'm spoiled because I have all of my colors here. So I'm starting with Aura, obviously the one that I use the most. And I'm just kind of like dabbing. So it's cream colors, so you don't necessarily want to or need to put a ton on. You can see like how much is going on. And I'm just dabbing. So if you have fine lines or wrinkles, things like that you're worried about, you probably want to dab more than swipe because you're really just going to kind of set it in those creases. Okay, and I bring this up over my eye. This again is like my lighter color. And it's just balancing out. Hey everybody! It's just balancing out and brightening up my under eye. So again, some people, you go in a little bit lighter. If you have really dark circles under your eye, a lot of times we'll kind of do 2 colors. It just depends on what you've got going on. So I feel like I got a little bit more on this side. And you kind of fan it out in like a pie shape. So here's my pie under my eye. And I bring it out to the side. And again, I'm probably just gonna stay quick and easy and use just 1 color. Okay, I'm gonna switch brushes again, just kind of show you how I do this here a little bit differently. If I wanna do a quick all over my face, sometimes I come in with this flat side. I'm sticking with the same color, and I'm just gonna swipe it here along the side of my face. Connect kind of what I just did and pull it down. And you can kind of see the difference that it makes in my skin already. And right now I'm just trying to go for like coverage, just sweep all over. And if I have certain spots I'm trying to cover a little more, you know, put a little more attention there, I will do that after I get my base on here. Okay, so I'm just kind of swiping really quick. If I know there's a spot where like I want a little bit more coverage, I might dab, do a little bit more of a dabbing motion. Hi, Soph. Hang on just a minute. Oh, thank you. She likes my hair. She's very sweet. What? Thank you. I look like someone else with my bun on. She's so funny. I am still doing my video. I'll be done in just a minute, okay? Okay, so you can see I'm starting to look a little bit paler, and that's okay. I'm gonna warm myself up with some bronzer here. I just wanna show you how I kind of do this all over. And this is also just a good demonstration of why sometimes you need more than 1 color, especially if you have a lot of differences on your face. Earlier on in the summer when I was out in the sun a lot, it's just been really busy lately, hence why I haven't been on here as much. We were out in the sun, going to the pool, and I did aura around my eyes and pretty much amber everywhere else because I was a little bit darker. Don't forget to pull this down onto your neck. You don't want to have like these harsh lines where your color starts. Now bear with me. I know I'm looking a little pale here. So at this point, I can come back in. I'll probably take this little tapered end. I was using it for something else. So clean that off, kind of lightly tap it. And if there are like little spots, I'll go back over and just kind of lightly pat it in. The nice thing with the cream is if you give it a minute, sometimes it feels like it's a little much at first, especially if you put too much on. You always want to be a little bit light-handed. But you can come back in and dab it, and it just kind of melts into your skin, kind of like warms up, and it all kind of comes together, which is great. So at this point, I'm done with my highlight. I'm going to take my dampened beauty blender, and I'm just kind of tapping it out, especially again along those fine lines. If you have wrinkles, I tend to raise my eyebrows a lot, so I just want to make sure I don't have any creasing there. It also helps if you put too much on. If you want to get some of that excess off, you can do that. Now, because it is so humid, mascara has a setting powder called Vanilla Dust. It's a pressed powder. They don't have a loose powder. It's all about ease, so everything that can fit in a compact, loose powder obviously can't. So I've been using this air spun. You can get it from like Walmart, Amazon. It's like $6. It's a huge thing of loose powder. I've been pouring it into my lid here. And I take my beauty blender. And then I come in, and I'm doing this right now for a reason. So I haven't put on my contour, I haven't put on my blush. You could do it after that, but I kind of like those to, I don't really want to set those with powder with it. And this is translucent, but I still feel like it gives it a little bit of color, and I don't really want to almost dull my contour and my blush. So because it's so dang humid right now, I am just coming in and setting this all over. It also helps because it's a cream. If you don't like, if you want it to be more matte, it tends to be a little bit dewier. If you want a matte look, things like that. If you know you're gonna be out all day, I love setting it with a powder. Just as of late with the humidity, loose powder has been my best friend. Okay, so I'm gonna move on now to my contour. And again, I'm spoiled, I have all the colors. The new contour, ooh, there's a hair. The new contour is called Cola. So it is actually, I have it in my blushes because it doesn't fit. I almost need another one of these giant things. It is almost a black. So people who would actually wear it as a contour would obviously have very, very dark skin. For me though, it's something that you could use as an eyeliner. Again, keeping with the same, want to keep everything in a compact, you don't want to carry a lot of stuff. This is my Know Your Angles brush. I'm just gonna like demo real quick. So let me take off my watch. So you could use it as like an eyeliner and it goes on, I don't know why I did an angle on my arm, but I did. Super dark if you wanted to. For me, I typically wear Ash, which you can tell I've used it a lot. Then another new one is called Astoria. It's, oh, I lied, that's not Astoria, that's Indigo. Astoria is right there. A little bit darker than Ash. It's like a mix between Ash and Olive. You kind of get this Astoria look. I'm actually going to use that one, and I'm going to use my 32nd. I think some people get a little bit freaked out with getting too big of a contour line if you squeeze it a little. And I'm just dabbing it because you will see like you really don't need much. I start at my ear. People always want to know if they're putting it in the right place. You can feel your cheekbone, feel below it squishy, or go and kind of follow that natural shadow. I'm just gonna dab. And I don't want a ton. If you feel like, oh, you know, I want some more, dab it again, but always go in lightly. It is so much easier to add than it is to take away. Okay, so same thing on the other side. You can see like a little goes a really, really long way. And I'm just gonna leave it for now. I'm gonna come back in and blend it. Whatever I've left on my brush, I kind of just lightly, I wanna accentuate my jawline. Again, it's underneath, don't go on top, underneath your jaw. Just trying to, you know, accentuate that jawline. And then my forehead. So right along your hairline, I am not like super perfectionist about up here. It's really just to outline your face. Push it back up into your hairline. If you're super blonde, just be aware if you're using like a darker color. You just want to maybe make sure you don't get it too much on your hair. Put your fingers there or something, but you want to blend it. And then I do along my nose. So I took a tiny bit, squishing it, and I'm just kind of going along the side. You don't have to do this. This is for people if you want to make your nose look thinner, if you just want that more of a defined look. You can see how it does that. So now I'm gonna go back in little circles. I don't wanna make this huge. Sometimes I just brush it up just to kind of lighten it up a bit. And then I use my perfector again, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. Okay. Or, again, if you wanted to, if you have the other brush, come in and just draw down the sides very lightly. I already kind of blended out my forehead, so I'm not super worried about it. Take your perfector again. The perfector is really nice. Some people like to just use any old beauty blender, and you can. If you don't feel like yours is very soft or it takes your makeup off, then I would recommend the Maskcara brand, but you don't have to use this one. Just keeping it real. It's nice for places where you're changing color. So you put your contour on, you don't want a harsh line, yet you don't want it everywhere. It just kind of helps smooth that out. My next step is my blush. So, new blushes. Scarlet is new, and I honestly have not used it because it's very red. So it's a lip and cheek. It's not, I wouldn't say orangey. Let's try it actually. It's just super, actually it looks really pretty on. Super red. It's really great on lips, obviously. If you do a very light, well, all of the lip and cheek, you need a super light, I have this all over me now, super light touch. A little goes a very long way. So that's Scarlet. I haven't even added it to my palette yet, but the other new one is Plum right here. So this is nude. This was kind of my old go-to if I wanted a softer color. Plum is a little bit deeper of a color. I love it. A little goes a long way. I am going to use it today. This is my my B squared brush. So I'm using the smaller end, my fluffier end. If I use vanilla dust, or if I feel like I put too much of that loose powder on, I just kind of come in and, you know, blend it all up there. So again, a little goes a really long way. So I'm just kind of tapping really lightly, and you will see that like a little bit goes a long way. So I just kind of go in circles, however you want to do it. If you want coverage and you're trying to cover up something on your cheek, again, like dabbing is always better. You always want to dab. When you swipe, you tend to maybe remove that layer before that you put on, especially if you're trying to cover something up. And again, we talked about like areas with like wrinkles and stuff. Hi! Okay, go ahead. She's gonna go potty. Okay. They like to tell me that for some reason. I don't know why. I don't always need to know. You moms get that. Okay, so there's my blush, very natural looking. I want to show you how you can use it on your lips too. Honestly, I'm just gonna use my finger. This is the multitasker brush. This is really great for spot coverage. Ooh, it's not focusing. Teeny tiny little spots. If you don't want to put layer after layer after layer everywhere, if you don't have to. If you have a little spot you want to cover, great, use this. Hey everybody. The other side though, this is great for lips. You can come in and like line them, but you know what? I'm just gonna use my finger because it's just easier. So I just swipe it on. My lips are a little bit dry, honestly. It's a really nice, like nude, really great for fall. Another trick, if you want your lips to look fuller, line it with your contour. So I probably should have done this first. I like to take ash, put like a tiny bit on, and I just line them. And it's almost like you've got like a shadow. I just do like a little bit in the middle. I don't do it all the way. It just makes them appear fuller. I did it backwards, but you get it. Something to play with if you've never tried. Let's see, illuminator. So we have two new illuminators, which is really exciting. We have Dream, which is a really light pink, and then this is Glow, and it's got, you can tell, lots of shimmer. I am just gonna go with Pearl. You could tell that I use that one the most. It's just probably the most, I don't know what you want to say, universal? You can't go wrong with Pearl. If you're not sure, it's light enough, it's dewy enough. An illuminator is something that you can skip. So for people who like want more than one highlight color, maybe you want a couple contours instead, maybe you want two blushes, and you just want to stick to those 4 colors, you can mix and match. You don't have to do an illuminator. You can do 2 blushes, 2 highlights, whatever you want to do. Okay, I think that's it on the new colors. I think I covered them all. So at this point, my face is typically done. Oh, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm going to do Bella bronzer. Sorry. My favorite way of doing it is with the back of my perfector. So again, it's still dampened. Here's my Bella bronzer. I probably need to reorganize this palette now that I have so many colors. I don't feel like I have a great system. Tapping. And okay, bronzer, I think I've talked about this before in case you missed it. Bronzer goes where the sun hits you. So the sun, a contour is a shadow. So think of it that way. So yes, I put kind of a dark brown already on there, but the Bella bronzer is really light, and the nice thing is you can build it up. So it hits you on your cheeks. Yes, I put blush on, but it's still, the blush is still there. I'm just kind of warming up my face. And then I do a little on my chin. And by a little, like, that's been there. I mean, I've had this for months. You do not need a lot. I do a little bit on my nose, just warming it up. And then I do my forehead. I always think about, okay, if I were to get sunburnt, where am I going to get sunburnt? And these are the places that I get sunburnt, if that helps you. You can do more, you can do less, whatever you want. Warm up your face a little if you want to. I love it. I also forgot to mention with your illuminator, so I put it on the tops of my cheekbones. It just kind of gives you this like candlelit pearly thing going on. You can put it above your Cupid's bow and then down the bridge of your nose. You are not gonna glow like you see those girls with like the glitter reflecting the sun. It's not like that. It's just a little bit of dewy look. They're coming out with some serious illuminators with lots of shimmer and all of that stuff going on. So, and they're gonna be powder, which is really cool. So that will come. So if you want that, you can have it. Or for the time being, you can use some of the eyeshadows. Like Sabrina's really great to kind of give you a little bit more of that reflective glow if that's what you want. Okay, my next step, I'm doing my eyebrows. So I am using the Know Your Angles. I just come in and I brush them first, and then I'm so glad I remembered that I used cola. Otherwise I would have had black. Some people, if you have really dark eyebrows, you can use contour on your eyebrows. I'm not going to use cola though. It's a little too dark for me. I still have a decent amount of eyebrow. I just like to fill it in. I use Oak right here. It's just a brown eyeshadow color. It's not like, you can use it for basically whatever. You can use it as an eyeshadow. I have a mirror right above I'm looking at since I'm doing my eyebrows. I just kind of sweep it. I try to just fill in. I'm not drawing. If I were drawing in, I probably would use like a pencil or something. These are really, really pigmented eyeshadows. There's a huge sale going on with the eyeshadows. You probably saw that if you're in my group. I think I even posted it on this page, but they're going really, really fast, and the whole purpose of that sale is they want to clear those out because they're reformulating to make them, I think they said, like even more pigmented, no breakage. They're really trying to just improve. Not that there's anything wrong with these. I don't really know. I mean, in my opinion, I'm not really sure what they're improving on, but great. And they're coming out with a bunch more colors, so they're just trying to make room for all of that. And there's a huge sale. I know a lot of them are sold out, so if you haven't grabbed any and you want some, now's the time. I think they're $8. They're normally $14, and I want to say, hopefully I remember this correctly, at Dream they said that when they come back out, I thought they said they were only going to be $12 now. So don't quote me on that, but I think when they come back out, they're supposed to be less. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Okay. So nothing wild. If you, I sometimes use liquid mascara. It's all liquid. Clear mascara. As weird as that sounds, I wipe it off and then I go back over my brows. You can use your Stay Spray in the back of the Know Your Angles brush. I'm gonna do it real quick. Probably got that all over my floor. And just brush them. And it's almost like a hairspray, I would say. Just gonna hold them in place for me. Great. So that's that. Next, I'm moving on to my eyeshadows. So, lately my favorite for the summer, I like browns. I'm usually a pretty neutrally person, but if I'm gonna do color, it's gonna be in the pink realm. I have been loving On Wednesdays, pink, and then Crush it's kind of like a peachy color. I really like it. I usually go in with a base, so one of my favorites is Rome, which is just like a champagne color. It just gives a base to your eyeshadow. It's very neutral. I would use it no matter what color I'm putting down. I just feel like it helps. I put the loose powder, which is a good base, but I always like to come in and just put a kind of neutral color. This is the eyeshadow everything brush. I was using the fluffy side. I'm switching to the more tapered end, and I'm dipping in Sabrina, and I'm gonna put it right under my eyebrow, and it just gives me a little bit of a glow. Again, which is why some people like to put it on their illuminator and just make their cheekbones pop. Okay. So now I'm just gonna keep it real simple. I'm just gonna kind of put Crush all over. I'm looking at my phone, but I have a mirror up top because I'm always afraid when I get out of these lives, like, I'm gonna look like a clown. So I just double check in my mirror. Okay. So just kind of summary. I also have green eyes. I like purples, pinks, peachy color. I feel like you really can't go wrong. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. Like when people want to know, well, what color can you wear with your eye color? You can wear pretty much whatever you want. There are no limits, you guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. I'm just doing some quick tutorials, showing some new products while I'm at it. One other thing to try with your eyeshadows. Woo. If you feel like you went out of control, I'll wipe that off and just try and soften that up to my brow. Okay. Try putting some of the color under your eye on your eyeshadow. Hey guys, thanks for joining. So I know that seems a little bit scary, but it doesn't have to be, depending on what color you use. So I put Crush all over. I had Rome first, and then I put Crush just kind of all over my eye. I'm gonna use my tapered end here, and I'm just going back in the Crush color. And I'm gonna actually go under my lashes on the bottom. And it just kind of gives your eye like a little bit of pop. I kind of connected at the top here, but it's nothing crazy. I don't even know if you can really tell. I think it looks really pretty, especially once you get your mascara on. And I'm just probably gonna go straight for mascara today. I don't think I'm gonna do eyeliner. But hey, Michelle. I am really liking that trend. If you guys have seen that before, like a lot of times in magazines when they do, I was doing swatches, when they're doing their eyeshadow, they'll kind of carry it around under. I've done that with browns. I'm just a little bit careful because that can turn into like a black eye look. So if you're worried about it getting like out of hand, let me turn up the light a little. If you're worried about it getting a little bit out of control, use a very tapered brush or something like that and just kind of draw it in like you would eyeliner. It's just kind of a fun way to mix it up, brighten your under eye. I've done it with some of the softer champagne-y colors. It's really pretty, the purples. I'll do it with brown. Again, I'm just a little bit careful. It's a really dark brown. I use it more of like an eyeliner. And then I think I'm going to skip eyeliner, although like I was saying, the new Cola contour makes a really great eyeliner. Again, it's cream, so it depends on how you like that look, but it looks just like an eyeliner. That's what I was testing here. So I'm just gonna throw on my mascara. I still love Benefit's Bad Gal Bang. It's intense. This is my second tube. I've kind of got it down now, but it's not waterproof, but it kind of acts very much so. Like I struggle to get it off at the end of the day, but in my book, I'm okay with that because I want it to last. So I'm gonna throw on my mascara. I'm still waiting for Maskcara Beauty to come out with a mascara. And the story behind that, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it because it's kind of a story there, but Kara, obviously her name is in the name of the brand. When she was, I think in 5th grade, her like idea that ultimately sparked this whole beauty line was if she could just have a mask that she puts on her face and her makeup's on, like that was kind of the inspiration. So I thought that was cute, but that's why it's called mascara, but they don't have a mascara yet. They're working on like the patent pending. It just is a process. So when it comes out though, I'm sure it'll be good. So I'm just gonna put on my mascara here. So actually, you guys, I'm gonna take my mirror because it's really hard to do this in my phone. So I skipped my eyeliner. I'm just gonna go in quick and easy, but you can see like, again, I wish I sold this mascara, but it's very nice. It's intense. I go in with a really light hand. I've had a lot of people ask me if I still use it, do I still like it? And I really do. Hey, Amy, it's just intense. So, light-handed, all natural eyelashes. Yay. I don't use any serums or anything. I'm curious if you guys do. I've heard that they work, but I'm a little afraid of them. So my hair is a hot mess right now, you guys. I just put it up for those of you just joining. I put it up because I always play with it while I'm doing my makeup, and it just gets like really big and out of control. So, okay. So there you have it. Let me just do my bottoms a little bit. I'm getting lucky. I usually always get it under my eye, so I'm getting lucky here. Okay. So again, we don't sell this. I wish we did. I cannot wait till we come out with a mascara, but I love Bad Gal Bang. Not afraid to tell you that. It's not our brand, but that's totally fine. So that is it. I hope you guys maybe learned something. I made my hair even crazier. I showed you some of those new products, so if you're just now joining, catch the replay. I just showed some of the new contours, the new blushes. We had 2 of both of those, the illuminator, and we had 1 new highlight. So I just kind of went over some of my recent tips, tricks. I live in a humid area, so just talking about how I kind of keep things together all day long. So hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. If you guys are interested in getting color matched, let me know. Just send me a message. We can do it just through a photo. I know a lot of you have already done that, so let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.